everybody, it's Elizabeth. I just wanted to take a little time out today to send my love and offer maybe, I hope, just a little bit of hope to each one of you. I know that this time is so hard. It's so hard for each one of us, and it's hard in very different ways for everyone because we're all in different circumstances. Some people are at home with family and children off school, maybe people off work, a lot of togetherness, maybe a bit of cabin fever. There could be some loss of income in there. Other people are at work, working harder than ever and exposing themselves to some risk. That's a challenge. There are people who are home alone and just feeling the weight of that loneliness. And I think that even the introverts are finding that too much time has gone by. There are people, even like the homeless, people who are really at risk and feeling like maybe nowhere to turn. So I know that we're not alone. We all have different circumstances. There are people, and this is across the world. So there are people even in third world countries who already had so many challenges, and then this is now just another one on top of that. So our circumstances are different, but what we have in common is that we are all missing things that meant so much to us. Our regular life, the things that we thought were routine, maybe some things we took for granted, like a restaurant, meeting together for church, people in our lives, missing friends, time with friends, a nice outing to the movies, beaches, travel, all these things that maybe we took for granted. And again, just routines in our life, going to the gym. But what I want to encourage us to do today is to turn our eyes away from what we don't have and look at what we do have. Because I know that our circumstances are difficult. And again, we all are going through challenges. But that taking our eyes off the circumstance doesn't diminish what we're going through. It actually gives us hope to hang on. When we take time to really look at the fact that our circumstances and our emotions, they may shape our perspective, but we have the opportunity to really let our thoughts, the things that we really know in our mind and in our hearts, we have the opportunity to let those things change our perspective. I know for me, hanging on to faith is so much the anchor for me. I know that God created this earth, and I know He created me with a purpose, and He made a way for me to have a relationship with Him, and that relationship brings me strength. I have just a foundation of knowing that He wants good things for me, that He has a plan for me, a purpose for me. In Jeremiah 29:11, it says, I know He has plans to prosper me and not to harm me. In Psalms 121, it says that He does not sleep or slumber. He watches over my coming and my going. He's protecting me. So I'm not afraid in this pandemic because for me, nothing has changed. I know that the same God who was looking after me before all of this came about is the same God who's looking after me now. And I know that He still has purpose for my life. And I know He still has purpose for each of your lives. One thing that I can say for sure is that my God has never failed me yet. And I think if you can think back and look at the things that have gone on in your life, you could say the same too. I know Romans 9:28 says, I know that He works all things together for my good. So I know He can use these challenging times for good. I know that He can use it hopefully to change us, maybe refine us, maybe learn a little something about ourselves, maybe some humility, maybe a little bit of patience, some gratitude. We may all have some time before this is all settled. So when I think of that, I think we've got all these circumstances, we have these emotions. Let's put them in check and really gain some perspective for what we know and hold on to those things. And then when we have a better perspective, when we realize that God is still moving, that he never changes, he never fails, then what is our response? What are we going to do about it? What are we going to do with this time that we have? I would say, let's not fear. What we don't want to do is be immobilized by fear of a virus or uncertainty or by the thought that we're powerless, powerless at home to do nothing, nothing to create change. What we need to do is hold fast to the truth of God's word and his promises. We need to look for the good, actively look for the good. We need to ask God, each of us, what are we to do individually? Who are you to virtually reach out to? How about praising God before the breakthrough? I know for me, I just love to sing. I love to worship God. And what I've realized is that act of praise and worship actually changes something in the heavenlies. The very atmosphere around us changes. So I think that this is a tool that we have. This is a weapon that we have to fight in a time like this, to praise, to sing about the goodness of God and the power that is in him and through him. What about prayer? Prayer is so powerful. And I think sometimes when we come across difficult circumstances, we forget that our prayer actually changes things. If you read the Bible and look throughout the Bible, you will see so many accounts of the prayers of people and how that changed circumstances. And in fact, I'm thinking of 2 Chronicles 7:14, which says, if my people who are called by my name will humble their hearts and pray, then I'll hear from heaven and I'll heal their land. So I know in this time of difficult circumstance and emotion, we can hang on to the perspective that God is in control. And not only that we can respond by actively praying into things, worshiping God, being a strength to the people around us. We have so much that we can do in this time. So I hope that will bring you hope and just a challenge to trust in God and pray and put into perspective really what's going on right now. God is still moving. He is doing things that he's answering our prayers in maybe a way we can't even see. So pray, praise, continue to do all these great things, and be blessed today. Thank you.